Okay, hello everybody. My name is Big John. I'm here today to just discuss and go over what the Trinity Alerts system actually is. If people have questions about it, anything to do with Trinity, then you can basically ask me those questions. Um, just to clarify a few things really more than anything. And at the same time, let me start with what Trinity actually is. So people can understand. Let's see if we can pick up. Yeah, let's go to GJ because that was a trade today. So basically what Trinity actually is, Trinity is a breakout alert system. So you'll get a breakout alert on Telegram. I am going to go into Telegram to show you what it looks like as well. It's a breakout alert system you'll get on Telegram. And when you get these alerts, you have to decipher whether the trade setup looks good enough for you to be able to take. Now, you're not supposed to trade every single trade that appears. All you have to do is look for what you're interested in, and you can trade that. So if you only trade GU, you can trade GU. If you only trade GJ, you can trade GJ. If you only trade gold, you can trade gold. If you only trade US 30, you can trade US 30. That's basically what it's designed for. You will get an alert on all of these pairs. So you're going to get an alert from a 15-minute time frame all the way up to a daily time frame, basically telling you that there's a possible, breakout in the market or a retest of that breakout. And the whole point of this basically is so people can just, if you are about to trade a pair, it's telling you that, hey, go and look at this pair, see if something is up at the moment, if it looks like it's a possible trade entry for you. So it's going to come through the alert. Price action would have already moved. As you can see here, we had a Trinity alert here, basically the first one. Then it came back and retested this area. Then you had a second one here. So once you had, sorry, I think you had it was either here or here, one of these two. But then you definitely had a retest one here because I went to go check that. And I always tell people, like I said in the last video, when you have a big move and then you get an alert, wait for a retest. I'm going to go to all your questions in a minute. I'm just trying to explain the system at first. So that's just out of the way in the beginning of the Zoom. So you're going to get a breakout. So your breakout might have come here. You've got an alert on Telegram. After the alert on Telegram, then you get, hold on, let's make sure that you can hear me or something like that. Cool. Oh, yeah, I'll go into that in a bit. Cool. So yeah, as I was saying, basically, you're going to get a breakout alert here. If you see it looks like this and it's far away from a support or a resistance level, then more than likely wait for your retest of that alert. So it goes back down, gives you a confirmation of a retest. And then even that way, if you are scalping, you have the possibility of putting a tighter stop loss because you don't want to stop loss from here to here if you are basically scalping and then you've got to now look for a 1 to 2 trade, let's say, and then you have like 100 pips. So an idea of that is you don't want to have your stop loss here, your entry was up here, and now you're trying to get pips all the way up here, basically. That's not a scalping trade. That's more like a day trade once you start seeing it looking like this. So you want to ideally be in a position where the setup looks more profitable for you, something like this. Now, don't get me wrong, these setups can fail. I'm not telling you that it's a perfect system because I feel like some people, they invest into something because they feel like, oh, as soon as I get this, I'm just going to make money. Everything's just going to work for me all of a sudden. No, if you don't trade anything with risk management, you will always be a losing trader. You have to understand that trades will win, trades will lose. But if you don't try and take every single trade with, I'm going to make sure this wins and I'm going to change my life. If you trade it with whatever happens, happens, you're going to lower your risk, take these trades, and then you're going to see over a period of time, as you keep taking the same setups that you're looking for, you're going to start making money because there's going to be losers, but there's going to be winners, and the winners should outweigh the losers. So people need to stop trying to trade in order to change their lives because they might not have enough capital to trade with in the first place. That causes a huge issue for a lot of traders, regardless of what system you're using, what strategy someone gives you. If your psychology and your financial input into Forex is not correct, you will be a losing trader. That is the harsh reality of it, without a doubt, literally. So yeah, I pretty much try to explain it the best way possible. I still will answer obviously people's questions and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to go through any of the questions that might have been said now in here. And then again, if you have any questions, please just put them in here, or you can actually open up your microphone and speak to me. I'm just going to read through them. Okay, so let me just go into Trinity in a second so you can see there's loads of alerts in Trinity. And I feel like I'll go into Trinity and then I'll explain it to you now. Yeah. Cool. Please, if you've got any Trinity questions, make sure you're putting them in there. I'm about to go into what Trinity alert system will look like for you. So give me a sec. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so you can see my Telegram Trinity alert group at the moment. Can you see it? Let me know, people. No problem, Shane. Just hit the recording. Yeah, just hit up the recording when you can. No problem. Cool. So this is the Trinity alert system. Of course, obviously, it's my Telegram itself. But what you can do is you can just isolate Trinity alone. I feel like this is what people are not taking advantage of, and I've explained it. It's part of the reason why I'm doing the Zoom. The main reason why there's so many alerts on Trinity and people see since this week, this is how many alerts have been on Trinity, by the way. So people could never, ever say they're going to miss a trade. That is a poor excuse, no offense, if you're going to miss a trade. Understandable if you're extremely busy, I get it. But you can see as I'm speaking to you now, you can see Trinity alerts are coming through. So you will miss trades, obviously, if you got a work meeting, like the gentleman just said he has to leave now, let's say, and the market was moving. I get that. That's different. But you shouldn't be missing a trade because you don't know if the chart is making a movement or not. You're going to get every single alert set up all the way from the 15-minute time frame all the way up to the daily time frame. Now, even with that, there's a lot of trade alerts that do appear. So somebody give me a pair they want me to actually check at the moment. So what pair do you want me to check? If the market just closed, so there's no point worrying about those Eurozone and USD Mexican. I will check it, but there's no point. I did tell people as well, if alerts come through when the market closed, people got to remember the market widens the spread. So of course you're going to get a breakout when the market widens the spread because it makes it look like price action's done a big buy or sell, but it hasn't. It's just widened the spread. So anything that does occur between the last 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes of the market closing, or the last hour, I would say you have to be very skeptical of that because it doesn't mean the trade can't appear in the next day. But at the same time, before the last hour of the market closing, you've got to remember they start widening the gap. So price action is going to seem like it's very big and it's really not. Okay, so you said GJ. Okay, so this is what you're supposed to do and trade it. You got to understand all the alerts come through at the moment because people might feel like, I had one user in my Trinity group that said, I did explain to people once I get 100 users, basically, I'm going to separate these alerts so I know it's worthwhile. I'll separate it so people can get individual alerts in terms of if people want currency pairs, they'll get those. If they want gold and indices, I'll separate it like that. But I'm not going to do that if the clientele base doesn't warrant me spending more money, putting more effort. I'm not going to do that, basically. This is why I said there's no point. But people need to just use it at the moment for the cheap price of 20 GBP a month to now test. Too many people try to join things and think, I need to make money. Like, there's no crime in getting this system and testing. Test 20 GBP. I know it might seem like a lot to people maybe in different places and stuff like that, but if you can't put 20 GBP into the market, realistically, you need to start asking yourself, no disrespect at all, am I really supposed to be trading right now? That's what you need to say, because you can lose 20 GBP in the blink of an eye in this market. So let's just be honest with ourselves when we're actually looking at things we're investing into. Do you get what I mean? So I'm going to go to GBP JPY. Again, that's why it's not an expensive price. So you can have the opportunity to get in and test. So this is what you need to do. So once you've got Telegram, let's start working efficient. Let's not work inefficient. You can easily just put GBP JPY and leave it like this on your chart. You don't have, on your screen, you don't have to now personally have every single thing open. Whatever you trade, you could just have here. And now if you do this, you can even do GBP JPY, and let's just look at the 15-minute entries. Yeah. So you can even type it like that. Yeah. And now every single time you're going to get a 15-minute entry. This is why it's so great what I've done here for you. You can't do this on MT4. You can't do this on certain other things. You can't just separate your alerts in a sense. Now you can backtest every single alert that came through, and you can separate them by time frame as well. So you could just say here, boom, and this is what you will look for. So when it pops up with an alert on your screen, imagine you've got this beside your trading chart. Now all you'd have to do is say, okay, did I get any alerts today? And you can see the alerts that came through today, just like I said, not lying to you. 1 o'clock, you had a buy alert. And then 2:15, you had a retest of that buy alert, basically. So let me just go through the questions. The alerts marked as retest have higher win rate. That, yes, that can happen. It doesn't mean it has to happen. There's no guarantees. Remember, let's not look for exacts. Let's just trade what it is, because it can have a retest because it failed to break out, and then it could go break the low or the high. So that's not necessarily the case. Remember what I always tell you, and I always say this, and people have to hear me on this. The only reason you're not making money in Forex, if you're not making money at the moment, is because you're expecting things to be perfect. You have to stop expecting things to be perfect, regardless of how you trade. It's either going to work or it's not. What needs to be perfect is your risk management, literally. If you are always trading for the fact where you're saying to yourself, you know, I can afford to lose 4 trades this week in a row, 6 trades, but then if I win 3 trades next week or 2 weeks later, etc., I will make money. People need to work on their risk management more than anything. Strategy is, I'm telling you people, like I'm honestly telling you, I've done so many indicators, so many strategies. They're always going to work. They're always going to fail at some point. If your risk management is not on point, then it's everything falls through the floor, basically. That's all you need to care about. Sounds cool. It's probably beginning. So yeah, how you backtest alerts, it's just like this. So, okay, cool. So this is why I asked people the other day, like, what do you want me to check? So these are all the trades that came through from Monday to now. As you can see, look, new trades are coming through. Boom. So I just want this to come out of the way. This Zoom thing coming out of the way. Give me a second. Yeah, so basically now all the trades came through from Monday. So as simple as this. Now it is based on UK time. This is phase 1 of Trinity. I am personally trying to make sure I'm programming more things. Again, everything is on the demand of what I'm, pardon me, given as a product. If people like the product, you know, come on, let's be realistic. Again, 20 GBP, just take it for what it is at the moment. If people like the product, I'm not going to change the price, but what I will do is make obviously updates to the system. The more and more users that obviously come into this game. Please mute your microphones if you're not asking questions, because you don't want, of course, your background with your private information coming out in the recorded Zoom. So again, I will be updating this system. One thing I will be putting is the price number. But for now, let's just work with what it is. It's not going to be uncontrollable for you to do this. Come on, you're getting alerts that are automatically telling you the market is going to do something. If it has a time on it, like I've told people, it's on a UK time at the moment. So all you have to do if you want to is you could just go back to trading view. So just give me a second. You can go to trading view and it's on a UK time. So you can set your UK time. You can set your trading view, obviously know what time frame you're on trading view in terms of time zone. You could do this, just go to trading view and literally change it to UTC +1. So if you do that, it's going to be on par, the same thing as any alert you're going to get on the Telegram group at the moment. Again, I will make updates to all these types of things as time goes on, but it was either that or hold the system back for a period of time. And I guarantee you can still make money with it like this. You know, if you just got to put a little bit of extra work in there, it's not going to break your back. So again, if you want to backtest it, this is what you do. So you can see it said that alert came through at like 2:15. So where is it? Where is it? Here. So here was the retest alert. So it even came through here. So you had boom. So even here. So this was wrong. So it was about here. So there you go. So you still had about almost a 3 RR trade on that. So you would have got a retest alert here. So that means that this was the breakout. You'd have a retest alert here, and you can take this all the way up like that. So that's what you'd be able to do. So you can backtest it just like that. You can see that the time is there when it says it right there, 2:15. So it would have appeared on this candle. So let me just move this over here. So it would have appeared on this candle here. Let me make this bigger for everyone to be able to see. And this is how you would be able to see when you're backtesting. So you can go to all of the times. Sorry, let me just make sure I'm on this screen. Just share, yeah. You'd be able to see all the times here, you see, and you'd be able to just go and back test like that. So any of the winning and losing trades, you can just mark them out on the chart and see how many winning and losing was there. This is how you can work out what your risk to reward ratio needs to be, just trading from the lows and the highs with your stop loss, basically. I'll go over to that in trading view in a bit. Let me just go through more questions. Yeah. Let's just see how many failed trades in a row. There's going to be so many, so you got to understand that. That's what I said. All of this, you've got to backtest this. That type of question, that's for you to do. Remember, this is why I said it's 20 GBP. So you have to go and backtest can I use it? This is the whole reason why I made it so cheap. If I made it, remember this, I'm telling you, people make money off the system. I've been trading this for more than a year now, literally. So you got to understand that I've made it so accessible for people to be able to use, basically, that it's nothing for you to just say, okay, let me get this, let me back test it for a month. If I don't like it, I don't stick. But more than anything, it will tell you all the failed trades here. This is why I said you couldn't do this on MT4 before, because if you try to do this on MT4, yeah, using a position where if an alert, unless you had all your alerts and you went through all of them individually, and imagine you can't search them, so you'd have to start scrolling through days of information like this. You'd have to be doing all of this, unless you just segregated one trade, basically. Yeah, it's going to put you in a position, yeah, where it's just going to take you a long time to backtest. But here you can do it almost instantly by just leaving a search right here, and you can see how many trades came through, let's say on a 15-minute time frame. So I already did that for people, and this is what you can see when I go back over here. Where are we? Share screen. This is what I was doing when I was doing these trades here. So you can see I was already backtesting. So this is what happened on GJ. So I'm not sure if there was any in between here. I have to double check. But you can see on GJ, you had your first trade this week here, and look how much this trade went up by. This is crazy. This was a 9RR trade from the beginning of the week. Then you had a sell trade here that failed. Then you had another sell trade here. It didn't even fail, to be fair. It got to break even because it went at least one forward. And then this one here would have failed because it only went 0.6. And why I say that is because if it's a 1 to 2 trade, then you want to probably put your stop loss at break even once it at least goes to 1 regardless, because it's either going to win or fail. And then if anything, you would have a risk-free trade and it will hit break even if it fails. And then here, this one just failed because it never even went to 1. Yeah. And then obviously there was this was just a continuation of the buy. So if you was holding the buy and then you was trying to catch the sells, remember I told you I was trading with no bias on that account. I showed you that I made £50 profit up until London session this morning by taking every trade, all the majors and GJ, by taking the buys and sells that were appearing on Trinity. That's what I was doing. And I still was profitable. And the account never went below $100 drawdown. I think even the worst drawdown was probably like $80 at one point. I think it was even smaller than that. So that was me just trading everything, just to show people even how chaotic it can be if you're trading everything. You can still find break even in balance. And there was like 16 trades that lost and 8 trades that won. Do you get it? So even with trades that lost, trades that won pushed me forward to still be able to become profitable. And the highest amount of profit that I saw on that account at one point was $120. It was on Wednesday, but then there was a huge pullback from Wednesday to Thursday with a continuation coming into London session. So I didn't want to be in all the trades that were doing, massive sells and buys in the wrong way for me personally. I just closed everything. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question with how many failed trades. In a sense, you need to back test it yourself, but you'll see, like, you just have to, like I said, take it for what it is. And again, your risk to reward is what should get you going forward. How many failed trades is always going to vary from week to week. And that depends on news. All of these events, I've told people when you go to TradingView, yeah, make sure you click on this and take off only future events. And you can see any trade that did fail, that did appear, you're going to see, oh, there was a news event. So that news event caused a massive spike, which hit a stop loss. Therefore, another Trinity trade came after, and that one won. So that's always going to change. So I couldn't tell you how many specific trades are going to fail in a row. It's not possible if you've got all of this fundamentals on the chart. Whatever you trade, this is going to affect your trade. It's either going to help it or make it lose. So people need to always understand trading is probability based on all of these news events. You get it? There's too many. So that is what you're trading. This is all the chaos. All of these are like landmines. And this is all the chaos you're trading within, trying to make money. You just got to take it for what it is. Again, I'm making sure I state that nice and clear. So I'm going to go through more questions. If you have more questions, please put them in here so I can go through them. Hopefully I'm answering your questions good enough at the moment. John, people normally say you think you should risk 0.5% to 1% per trade. Do you think the same applies for trading Trinity? 100%. You should always risk. This is what I said. The whole reason why I did that test was so that if I was to do a prop firm account with it now, yeah, I needed to know how much I can trade basically for positive trades and for just trading, so I don't blow the account. So I worked out a little procedure where I was like, okay, if I was trading at what was it? It was 0.5%, I believe it was. I'd have to go over those figures again. Don't quote me on that because I did it at like 4 a.m. in the morning yesterday. But it was between 0.5 and 1% per trade, basically. And I said, if I do this and I only take X amount of trades, I should never go below the 5K, my Forex funds account drawdown limit. So I'm going to do this. Hold on a second. So I'm just going to stop the screen and I'm going to reopen it. So bear with me, people. Let's go. Let's make this work. Let's get this work. Second. Opening up my Forex funds. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to share the screen again. Right now. Share screen. Okay, everybody should see my screen. So the whole thing I'm trying to tell people is that, don't try and come and trade Trinity with no capital. Again, Trinity plus this 5K account is very affordable for traders to be able to trade. The majority of traders come to me with about $500, to trade with in the market, or $1,000. I keep telling people you should only be looking at prop firm accounts to start trading now. There's actually no point of trading your live capital unless you're actually very good as a trader, but you need to get into a position where you understand how to trade better in the market before you trade live, because too many people will come with $500 thinking that they're going to make $500 turn into $100 a month, $200 a month, and all this stuff in terms of profit. And you trading like that is risking half the account basically you're trying to flip it by and stuff like that, which is unrealistic. When you start trading at, again, you can see all these alerts popping through. I'll go to some of these recent alerts in a bit. As you can see, yeah, when you're trading like that, it's unrealistic for the long-term game. People got to understand you can have 4 losers in a row, 5 losers in a row. Like, it's not impossible to have that in Forex. But if you look at all those losers and start thinking, oh, whatever is being either taught to me is useless, this strategy is useless, you're going to lose money. So again, what I see is there's a 250 drawdown. I've calculated a certain amount I can take per trade on this. And my whole thing was that as long as I don't have more than 3 trades open, that will lose me, yeah, $30. Yeah, so I've got only $30 worth of stop loss I can use in a day. This is the way I'm giving you a free gem here on this account, basically. I said that if I've got $30 worth of stop loss I can lose a day, that basically puts me in a position where I shouldn't blow the account over a period of 20 days. Yeah, $30 stop loss I have. I shouldn't blow the account over a period of 20 days trading. It's either I'm going to be negative or positive on the account. Yeah. And again, if I can only open 3 trades at one given time in any day, yeah, those 6 trades that I'm talking about are open are not with a stop loss of more than $30. Not each individual trade is $30 stop loss. No, altogether, probability trading. Do you get it? I'm giving myself probabilities that this trade might win, this trade might lose. But I know if all of them lose in a day, guess how much I'm going to lose in that day? $30. People need to understand, they need to get their maths in check. That is what's making you lose in Forex. It's not the fact that you have FOMO. It's not the fact that you've got, your strategy is bad. You don't understand what's going on in the chart. There is a 50-50% you're going to win or lose when it comes to trading. But if you do not get your risk management in check, I'm saying things very adamantly, you will always lose. It's only maths, it's numbers, people. Forget everything else. And this is why I tell people, stop worrying about these fancy words in Forex. Just get your maths in check. If you're not good with maths, you need to start cluing yourself up on how to become better with maths, because that's what Forex is. It's a maths game, literally. And again, that you can see that by probabilities. That's all it is. So let's go to more questions. Hold on a second. I will change those things, like I said, with the split of the channels, but let's set ourselves at target goals here. Any company that happens, you need things to happen with growth. Right now, everything is coming through like that. What I don't want to do is start moving things around every single day, every single week. I would rather, if I get 100 users in Trinity, I know that, okay, there's people that want interest in the system. So therefore, of course, I'm going to try and make it better and better. The last thing I want is a bunch of people to come, and then the last thing they're going to do is basically say, okay, I'm coming and then I'm leaving next month. And then all it happens is I'm spending hours reprogramming things, doing all these things, and people are not interested. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So if I know people are interested, I will split the channels. But like I said, if you do exactly what I've said, you're not going to have an issue. So again, I'm going to go to here so you can understand, so everyone can understand, because that's what I feel. Remember, people have basically purchased this system and they're overwhelming themselves because they're just thinking, what's happening, rather than just taking a breath, slow down, and hear what John's saying. If people just actually listen to me, I make a joke about it, outside of Forex all the time to people, I'm just like, listen to me. And it's not even like I'm right. It's just that you're not actually listening to what I'm saying. That's the only reason why you're not either you're not making what you should be making or understanding what you should be understanding if it's something you're trying to get from me. So again, once you get Trinity, separate your own trades by making sure you leave it open like this, your Telegram. If you need to download the app, do it. Do you understand? Everything is about perseverance. How do I become an optimal trader? Download the Telegram app on your computer. Once you've done that, even on your phone, you can do that. Only have the search open for the trades you want. So I can still put other trades in here. I could put GBP USD as well. And I'm going to have all the GBP trades. So to be fair, okay, so you can't multiple it. So you can't do that, but it doesn't matter because you can still do this. You still just go and just search. So any single time it appears, just go to the search and just go, 15 minutes. There you go. These are all the GBP trades that appeared this week. Here's all the gold trades. Let's space that. Here's all the gold trades. So you can see how gold was just nice and smooth. I don't even know why this H1 did appear, but this was all the 15-minute ones on gold. Simple as. So even if you don't do that, just put this here. There you go. So now you've got all of the trades. See how what happens when I open it up? If I just put 15 and 15, there you go. Make sure you do it right because you might miss some trades. So you probably got to put it like this, XAU, M15. Just make sure you put it right. If you're not too sure, don't just leave it there. Make sure you go to XAU just to make sure you can see it like this because obviously you don't want to miss it out. However you type it in here will warrant what shows up. So you have to be careful with that as well. So making sure that's stipulated in here. However you type your search, we'll make sure how it comes up. You trade it like that, you'll be fine. So again, yeah, I've answered that question about splitting them into channels. Cool. Can you make a video? There's a whole how to calculate risk management with the long and short tool. There is a whole trading view video on that. So I don't know how to basically make a video better than the people that created the whole software. So it is out there. It's in one of my videos, but I will put it in the group if you want me to. It's literally a whole trading view video that shows you how to use the long and short tool on trading view. So even if I make it, it's not really a point when, like I said, the people that created it have a whole video on that. Take a look at NZDJPY on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so let me do this quickly. Give me a sec, people. Let's go see what happened here. Cool. So let's go see NZDJPY. Why specifically NZDJPY on the 1 hour chart? Because we haven't got an alert here at the moment. We only got a 4 hour alert. But I'll check it on the 1 hour chart for you. Give me a sec. Give me a second, people, because I've got multiple charts. So I just need to make sure. Give me a sec. Zoom. Share my screen again now. Should be able to see my screen again. Can you see my screen, people? Okay, so let's just go here. I'm just going to go back to that NZDJPY question. And let's go to a 4 hour chart. And here you go. So basically what it's told you is that market has broken structure on a 4 hour time frame. We can easily see the market has broken structure now. Because if you're just looking at clear breaks in market structure, what do you see here in terms of price action? So first and foremost, it was forming a 4 hour resistance level here in the market. This is what I teach you. So if you trade it with price action, you're going to make money on this system. So there was a 4 hour resistance here. Let's go see if there was a 15-minute alert that appeared here as well. So give me a second. Let's go back here. Share. Let's go see NZDJPY. So there was a 15-minute sell alert from 15:15 here. I have to make sure. Let's do this first. Let's see the last 15-minute sells. Wednesday, yeah, so 15:15. So that's 3:15. 3:15, and there was a retest of 6:45, 15:15, and that 15:15 and 3:45. So let's go down to the 15-minute chart. And this was yesterday. at 15.15. Where is it? Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So there was a sell alert here, yeah, and then there was a retest at 6:45, which was here. You see? And if you did exactly what I taught you to do, so you see when you've seen this resistance level, now the only thing I can say with this is NZD-JPY was very high. So this is what we're going to do. As soon as you got that first alert, remember all the JPYs were buying super strong. So you're not just going to trade every single thing, even though if you wanted to, you can. But again, it's based on probabilities and what could possibly happen. But if you wanted to find out if this was the correct sell, because the JPYs were extremely bullish, yeah, go up your time frame. So the first thing I'm just going to do is go to my daily. Let's take off all of these news alerts first, so it's not, you know, plugging up our screen. Boom, here. And then what happens here? So I go to my daily time frame and I'm already seeing, what do I see? I see there's a resistance level up here, yeah? And I see there was previous resistance. Let's see if this one made sense. So no, this is further down here. So there's a daily resistance up here. So you know how I mark out my charts. Told you this was what I was specifically on, even though it seems very basic. I'm telling you, I was going to give this information out on drawing these zones, these supportive resistance zones. I saw how effective they were. I was literally only going to give it out in training mentorship, but I've given this out to people for free. And I feel like a lot of people are overlooking how powerful just these support and resistance zones I'm telling you to draw are. So we go to the daily one. Daily resistance, where are we? Is here. Yeah, cool. So I told you I always do mine from the body of the candles right there. So daily resistance is there. So when I go back down to the 15-minute time frame, I know that there is a daily resistance level above here. Yeah, above this level. Now I want to go a bit lower just to see if I can figure out anything, if there's maybe a better resistance that's closer towards price action. Can't really see nothing too much. Let's do this. So this is the easiest way to do it. So wherever the top of this candle is, let's just move this out of the way quickly. So I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame. So this is the fastest way to do it. As soon as you've seen the alert, wherever the height is, just put a horizontal line there, and then you can start figuring out where price action on the left might be. So we can see here previously, this even looks like a head and shoulders zone almost. You can see, look, it went out and came back in and broke into this area. But we can see this is a 4-hour previous rejection zone. So already it's telling us in the future, yeah, if price is rejected off of here, it has rejected off of this zone before. Look at this massive buy here on the 4-hour chart. Boom, massive rejection. Again, it tried to break it here, failed. Tried to go near enough here, failed. Tried to go here again, failed this time, but then broke through. But it didn't even break through by a lot because it consolidated here, created. This is how this could even be a fake area and it could still go back up. It created a liquidity zone up here, yeah, full of liquidity and orders because these are all wicks on a higher time frame. And then it's just gone to tap this area here, but didn't go into that liquidity area. So already this could be a possible fake out. You could lose the trade. It's either going to win or lose because they can go back up and clear the liquidity in that zone that I just drew there. So now you can see straight away what happened. As soon as you had this alert, stop loss on the 15-minute time frame, yeah. See how I just worked out price action that quick. It didn't even take me long. Really horizontal line, go through my time frames, see wherever there is support and resistance on the right-hand side, left-hand side. Now I've got my alert here, boom, stop loss above this level here. So let's even show you, boom, short tool, I've got in here, it came in on this alert. So I would have been up here because it was a buy candle, it opened there. Stop loss above here. And then my take profit would have been down here. So my take profit only has to be a 2. So it already hit that 2 by that day. You can see it hit it there. But now if you're using market structure to find other TP levels, because it was such a big buy, we can see there's a level of structure here based on this over here, just even on a 15-minute time frame. So that's even a TP2 level. So you could have said here, you could have said here, and you could say here, and you could say here. Notice where the market's shut, it shut on a major, on the level of support or resistance, which was here. We can even see there was a, how many pips buy from here? It was like a 30, 40 pip. Well, it's still a continuation of this, but all of the higher lows previously are market structure levels where my take profit would have been. So you would have had a take profit here, you could have had one here, you could have had one here, you could have had one, probably something like this. And notice when I did all those lines, pay attention to how the market reacted to all those levels. Look here, look what it did here. So here it broke this one straight away, but look on this next one down here, look at it came up again, and then look at the candles it's using to break these areas, telling me that these are all important levels in the market. Cool. So that is NZDJPY. Literally, I just shown you a whole breakdown of how you could have gone to Trinity to get the alert, how you can go straight away to your chart, do a quick analysis on your chart if you haven't already got these zones marked up, but at least to make sure that this could have been a good sell, you've gone to previously check that. Has this been a rejection level on a higher time frame before? Yes, it has. The probability of me winning this trade is higher now because if they do reject, because they've done it before, it can sell. I'm only looking for a 1-to-1, 1-to-2. You can trade 1-to-2s, 1-to-1 if you want. It's up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to you. But your stop loss, I tell people in terms of price action, should always be above the high or the low. There's no point if it breaks that structure. It's not your trade, man. There's no point. They don't think it might be later. A spade is a spade. It should hold that level. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Move on. And there you go. You can obviously it did hold that level, and this was a 5.39 RR trade, even more than that. It was like a 5.5. Yeah, there you go, which is fantastic. So even if you was winning and losing trades during this week on this pair, yeah, this one trade would have made all that money back for you. This is why I keep telling people trade probabilities. Stop trying to make all your money in one trade. Understand that there's always going to be trades the next day, or there's always going to be trades the next week. So I tell people in my VIP, it's like Neo trades. We've had 3 losers this week, and there was another pair that just came through now. I'm like, if 3 lost this week, this one might possibly lose going into this week, but we're going into next week soon. So I said, trade systematically. You've got to take the good with the bad. Don't think every single trade is going to work. That's what I tell people all the time. You've got to stop doing that to yourself. Yeah. What do I want to do? Yeah. Cool. So any other questions? Let me just go through here quickly and see if we've got questions. I hope that answered the NZDJPY question. There's the chat bounce down here. That's why I couldn't see it. So if people were asking questions, the chat was open, but it was below, so I didn't see it. So so what about Trinity? I've just been asking all the questions about Trinity now. So Michael, I believe that is, you should have been hearing that. If not, it's a recorded Zoom, so you can go back and learn more about it if you need to. So you're suggesting that for starters, we should start an MFO. Yeah, definitely you need to go get a prop firm account. It's pointless trying to trade your own capital if you don't have capital. It's pointless. It's literally pointless. That's what Ben B just answered there for you as well. Like, it's pointless. I'm telling you, it's one of the biggest things I've learned this year in terms of risk management. That I was trading personally for me the way I trade, but then I've had to open up my understanding of how it, to trade for how people can trade, being somebody that's trying to teach people how to trade. You can always trade an individual way you want, because trading is an individual skill if you want it to be. I could trade 0.5 RR trades, not even one. And it might seem crazy to people, but if I'm winning and making money, then is there a problem? If I'm making 10,000 a month from only catching 0.5 on an RR on a trade, but I know that every single time my trades hit, yeah, let's say every single time I do this, I've got a 90% win rate with whatever strategy I've got. Let's just say doing that, Trinity or not. It doesn't matter if I'm taking that. You don't have, there is no rule or solid rule on what your RR has to be, but you have to make it work for how you can trade. So I've seen that, okay, to make it better for beginner traders, then it is better to have a bigger risk to reward on your trade. So if you're trading 1-to-4s, 1-to-5s, 1-to-6, 1-to-8s, whatever, that gives you a probability as a beginner, because you're going to make mistakes, beginner mistakes. It gives you a probability, yeah, of losing more trades for when the winner does come in to make money. So let's say you had an RR of 1-to-6 here, yeah, you could have lost 5 trades this week on NZDJPY. So you might have tried to get several sells and you was wrong at first, yeah. But when this one sell did come in, if you lost 5, you would have still ended this week profitable by catching this one sell. I hope that makes sense to people. And this is why you need more capital to trade with. You can't do that if you've got $50 in your account. It doesn't make sense. But if you've got 5,000, you can take risk management and say, okay, I'm just waiting for that one trade to work. When it does work, I'm going to increase and go forward in a percentage growth for my MyForex funds or FTMO account challenge. That's how you trade them. Well, then I don't agree with that already. For you to get Trinity, you just have to message me, and the payment is through PayPal, Skrill, or BTC USD. I think Bitcoin doesn't let you do small payments, so it might only have to be PayPal. I'll try and get more payment portals in the future. There's definitely, like I said, I'm going to be working on a website, but I've been working more on trying to get my systems up and running before I built the website, because I wanted to make sure that, everything's here, and then of course there'll be a payment portal place where you can get all these systems. So just bear with me on that. But PayPal's very efficient. Like majority of people have it. If you don't have it, just get a family member that does have it. You know, like I said, I'm sure you can send them 20 GBP and you can just make a payment. You know, if it makes it more difficult, maybe you can, and sorry, I'm saying a family member because you can do that. And then of course you can do that in the time being through the month or the 2 months they are helping you out. You can hopefully sort out your own PayPal. So obviously you're not inconvenience your family or friend. Yeah, so exactly what Ben is saying here, because Ben was a student of mine before. You know, I'm just going to put it out there. He understands exactly what I've been saying to him time and time again, and what I've been saying for the months on hand. And I can see he's soaked in the information I've been giving him. He's going to start to become more and more of a better trader as time goes on. 100%. He's been with me for a long time, Ben, as well. He's literally one of the first people that's actually been with me from my old group. And now you can see from this point of view, if you imagine, this is what people keep doing. And this is why I'm saying that, you know, even when people are asking me, can I get a discount on Trinity? Let me just get a trial. Let me get it for $10. I'm like, what are you even thinking about asking these questions? You've just lost possibly, let's say, $200 in the market. You could have got a month's of mentorship with that $200. And within the month's mentorship, that's 80 GBP, you get Trinity. So not only am I going to teach you about how I'm trading with my Neo setups, yeah, my long-term swing trades, I'm also going to be teaching you all this stuff I'm saying right here on how you can get in trades. And we're talking about weekly. This is happening. 4 weeks worth of information you're gathering. And you still, with that money, didn't even spend $200. Do you get where I'm coming from? Too many people are losing in the market and expecting for me to do the favor for them after. I didn't create the loss in the market. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what you're asking for, Pikachu, if that's you in there. But I'm just saying a lot of people do that. They take losses in the market and want me to now basically lower my service to account for the losses they're taking in the market, or they want my service to be perfect to account for the service, for the losses they've taken in the market, which doesn't make sense. Like, stop losing money in the market, invest. Everything I've taught you or said to you, I've had to invest to learn that. People need to understand this. I have not learned every single thing that I'm teaching you here for free. I've had to go into my pockets. I've had to use money. I've had to learn how to do it. Do you get it? You need to invest in life if you want to make money in life. That's just how it is, man. You just got to do that. And that's just that's a piece of life advice for people that probably don't understand that. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So that's that one there. What time frame alert do you think it is best with Trinity? It depends on how you want to trade with Trinity. It depends. I swing trade, so more than anything, I'm looking for higher time frame breakouts, and then I'll catch a retest on a higher time frame breakout. That's what I do with Neo, literally. So I'm doing that, and Neo's got other confluences that I do use. It's not just Trinity, literally. I have other confluences, explanation of multiple ideas of what I'm talking about in terms of confluences. I explain clear as day in the mentorship Zoom. That's 80 GBP a month. I put a lot of effort into teaching people how to trade in the mentorship Zooms as well. So you're going to get that. And it makes sense. So again, that's down to you. I formulated a strategy with Neo being one of the confluences, with Trinity being one of the confluences of my strategy. That's literally what I did. And that's what people got to do. That's why you're getting all these alerts. Use it to create data, to create your own strategy. And please, if people do create strategies and stuff, I don't expect people to start now becoming wizards and start saying, oh, yes, look at this strategy I created. Just make your money in peace, please, please, please. I don't want wa'ala. I don't want wa'ala. Just make your money and it's cool. If you want to speak to me on a one-on-one, say, oh, John, what do you think about this? No problem with that. Nobody asked you to start being investor from the mountains. just please, yeah. I don't want stress. Okay. Let's make your money. I'm here to help people make money. Let's make money. Let's grow together and keep it simple. Yeah. Let's not overcomplicate what we have here. That's what Big John preaches. Cool. What time frame? Cool. But that is also real money, just to clarify, or the demo account. Okay, so my Forex funds, I'm going to go over these questions even though people are answering them as well, which thank you very much for people being very active in the chat. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for actually answering the questions, really do. Okay, so yes, it's demo money, but you actually get paid 2% of phase one when you pass. So that's 2% of, let's say it's 1,600. So you get 2% of 1,600. That worked out to be $32. You, when I worked it out today, you get 4% of phase two when you pass phase two. So that worked out to be $32 again. When I worked it out, if I am wrong, it's 2% and 4%, but that's what it was when I worked it out. And you will get you can get the phase 1 and 2 payout. Yeah, even though it's not a lot of money, I get it. But you got to think that money is basically supposed to help you being able to get another account at the end of it. So you'll get at the end of phase 1 and you get into phase 2, as you'll get I believe, sorry, no, you've got to pass phase 2. This is because I found out this information today. You've got to pass phase 2, even though it's demo money, you'll still get paid 2% of the profit target, not 2% of the whole because they tell you to make 8%. You're not going to get 2% of that 8%. Basically, you're going to get 2% of, let's say it is 1,600, 4% of 1,600. That's what you'll basically get paid out. So it's still small money, but it helps you towards an account. And then once you get your live account, yeah, you're going to get a refund of what you paid for the whole account after 30 days. Plus, if you haven't got those 1 or 2%, that 2 or 4%, you'll get that all together, or you can get it as the phases go on. I've just told them, give it to me all together because I just don't want confusion. So you'll get 2% of phase 1, 4% of phase 2's profit target goal, and you're going to get your refund back after 30 days. As long as your account on your live account is profitable, you're going to get a refund. So you use that money to go and get yourself, yeah, another account. So we're not just on one screen, because I know people on YouTube will be like, John, show me something on the chart. Don't just speak. I want to see more. I want to learn more. Show me more. You're going to get this basically. So when we go back over to Forex funds, yeah. So what you do with that money is you go and get yourself new accounts. If you want to be serious, this is how you compound prop accounts. Keep doing that. Don't go and use $500 to go get a $100,000 account if you've only got $500, because you're telling yourself, I am a great trader. My strategy is great. I'm going to pass this challenge. Nobody knows that. So trade with a build up. So by the end of a year, you can be on 100,000 or 200,000 or more. Don't try and think you're going to pass these challenges every single time, regardless of where you go to learn, what strategy you go to learn, or however you trade. Remember what I told you, there's 4 phases in the market. When you trade, it's either going to be conducive to your strategy or it's not. It's going to be basically just going to fail. So always remember that. So hopefully I just answered that my Forex funds question for you that you had there. The prop terms are there. Cool. The account that they give you duplicates trades. The account they give you after duplicate. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll leave that one there for people. That's all my Forex funds back end stuff. But all you got to worry about is the profit target goal, not how they're making their money, really. Don't worry about all of that. USDT causes issues. That's why I don't do that, because it just causes issues. People got to understand, when it's a lot of crypto things, because of these extra tags and stuff you've got to do, money just goes missing sometimes. So you got to think of it from my point of view. You send it to me and it goes missing, then I can't ask you to make another payment, and then I have to give you the service. Do you understand what I mean? So I'd rather use, it's happened to me several times in the past before, and I've had to give the person the service, but I didn't receive no payment for the service. So I don't want to use a service that is going to just disappear in the ether, the payment. Do you understand? And then it's going to cause an issue. Like I said, people just got to be patient with me. I'm going to build a website, so there'll be a payment portal on the website. You'll be able to pay through the website eventually. I'm looking to do that within this month, going into next month. So I'll definitely be doing that. Just bear with me, please. Let's make sure the service actually works first, and it's working to a point where people really want to use it. Then it warrants these types of things, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no, USDT, like I explained, USDT is a funny thing. Trust me, I've tried it and it just causes issues. It's caused issues 3 times for me now. So I don't really want to use it. There's one indicator confluence from MT4. If there was one indicator confluence from MT4 mobile, would be taking an alert or sticking to price action. I tell people all the time, use the TDI. Use the TDI. Like, if you use the TDI, I've sworn by the TDI, literally, and I'm not swearing by it for no reason. Use the TDI. I made a whole video on it where I was like, yeah, if you use the TDI, when it gets to price action levels, if it shows like a shark fin and then shows an entry for a trade when it gets to major levels, it most likely can reject off of that level. Again, the biggest problem people have is that they're not willing to lose 7, and they're not willing to lose 4, 8, 10 trades in a row, to not realize that if they win 5 trades after in a row, or 3 trades and then 3 trades, lose 1 and then 3 trades again, they win, they're going to make all the money back plus more. People trade with an instant right now win psychology in Forex, rather than realizing that if I do this for a month, I'll be 2% profitable on this account. I'll be forward you guys to understand. This is the main reason why a lot of people are not profitable on Forex. They're not trading to a long-term consistency psychology. They're trading to a, I need to get paid now for it to make sense. They're basically trying to trade hour to hour or day to day, rather than realizing if you trade for a 30 day plan or more, you'll make money. This is why these prop accounts are set up like this, because it's forcing you to trade to a plan. But because people see you can pass these accounts within 5 days, they over leverage, over risk, and they try and pass it in 5 days. Why, when they've given you 30 days, are you trying to pass in 5 days? Why? If you blow the account, whose fault is that? It's nobody but your own. It's not them. They're not scammers. They haven't stolen money from you. They've literally told you the statistics. So I'm going to show you right here. Again, just give me a second. Blog. Go here. Go here. Trying to see. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if this works. If this is it here. Okay, it's not this one. Let me just give me a second, people. So, dog trading tips, weekly tips. Trying to do November stats, isn't it? I've got to try and find the post. I don't know if they've updated their site. They might have updated their site. Okay, I think it's here. If you've got any other questions, please get them in the chat whilst we're here. So here's the probability. So this shows you, if people want to understand probabilities of passing these accounts, here it shows you here. So it said new live accounts in November last year, it was 5,718. The total amount paid out was $2 million. So these people are paying out a lot of money, man, to traders all over. Most traded pair is XAU/USD, basically. That was in November, but even the recent one they put on YouTube, I put the video in the Discord yesterday. There's still XAU/USD is one of the most traded pairs. It's obviously because people can make a lot of money on the pair. That's why they trade it. The least profitable pair was GBP/JPY during November. It's probably because it was in the extreme buying trend, I think, at that point. So people were probably losing a lot of money trying to sell it. People that passed phase 1 was only 10% of people that actually joined up. Yeah, passed phase 1. And then those out of that 10%, 24% of people, yeah, passed phase 2. And then out of that percentage, the people that only got paid out of that 24% was only 3% of traders. Important note, from the start of the month, the pass win rate is very high due to okay, no, that was then. But now it says, so basically over 60% of traders in our database do not use a stop loss and have high risk of ruin. So you get, so it's more than half the people that go and get these accounts blow their accounts because they're trading with no stop loss. That's what it's already showing you, the statistical fact. So what does that tell you, people? Put a stop loss on your trade. This is how you become a better prop firm trader. The traders who have made it to their 4th payment cycle only risk, they have a management strategy risk basically of below 3% on any given day. What am I telling you, people? Aim for 1 to 2% on these prop accounts, because by the time you get to the highest value of these prop accounts, which is 600K, that's $6,000 to $12,000 a month you're going to be making. So why are you going to be over risking on these accounts? It doesn't make no sense. You're just causing yourself an issue by over risking. Stop doing it. The profitable traders that are in the market, they're in there for less than 4 hours a day. So that I would tell you this, yeah, is more based on strategy. So I wouldn't say that guarantees you, because I showed that I can swing trade and you can still pass these accounts with a low win rate. So that is circumstantial. That's down to how people choose to trade more than an exact piece of information, but they're just telling you, you know. The probability of traders that do, the most profitable traders do not hold trades overnight. Again, that's circumstantial, because I've seen people even like FTMO challenges that swing trade and they've still made 50K payouts. But of course, you're going to make a lot of money in these prop accounts if you're scalping, because you're going to be scalping with high risk, basically, sorry, not high risk, low risk, but high reward. So you're going to have maybe a 10 to 20 pip stop loss, and then you're going to be trying to get 1 to 6 trades and all this type of stuff. So if you're getting that with a 10 lot, you know, because even if you lose, it's still equivalent to, you know, a bigger trade, swing trade, let's just say now, you're going to still make a lot of money going forward. But like I said, unless you're good with that, you're more than likely going to blow your account. So you have to be careful trading like that. A trader who holds the trades over the weekend or etc. or overnight, they have 60% chance of failing or losing their account when the market is more volatile because of lack of risk management and discipline. So basically they're telling you that if you hold your trades overnight, yeah, the only time you're going to lose is basically if you've over leveraged, hold your trade overnight, you haven't got a stop loss, that's when you're going to probably blow your account, basically. Because if they gap the market, that's what they're trying to tell you here, it's going to cause you an issue. There are 5 traders who, and this is in November, that actually got to their 8 payment cycle with their valuation live accounts. So there's only 5 traders that managed to get on a live account towards 8 payment cycles. So that's 8 months in a row, or I don't know if that's counted as bi-weekly payments as well. Because after your first month, you can get bi-weekly payments on these accounts. So that could be in accounting for every 2 weeks. If not, it would have been 8 months worth of payments. So it could have that. But yeah, it tells you not everybody gets to the 8th payment cycle. Only 5 people actually did. Yeah. All of them trade conservatively and make sure that they get paid. None of them risk more than 2% trade in a trading day. And they stop when they have reached 4 to 8% in profit until the payment cycle has ended. So again, if you do get lucky, yeah, my whole idea is that once you get to a bi-weekly payment cycle, you only start trading up to 2.5% maximum you want to try and make. So in a month, every 2 weeks, yeah, if I make 2.5%, yeah, I'm either going to make it or not make it, basically. I'm either going to make up to 2.5%, less than that, or I'm going to be negative every 2 weeks. But if I do that to myself every 2 weeks, that way, every time I'm trying to get a bi-weekly payment, at the end of the month, I could end up with about 5%, basically. If not, I'll end up with just below 2% or something like that, or just above 2% or negative in the month. But then the next month, when the market moves back into my phase, hopefully, I will again now be profitable. But I wouldn't have blown the account. I'd be able to bring it back. But me trading at that percentage growth means that I shouldn't be in a position, because my strategy has been proven over a period of years, where it just keeps going negative. My strategy has never lost for 2 months in a row. I could get 2 weeks of bad trades on my Neo trades. These are my Neo setups. I could get 3 weeks of even bad trades, but I've never had a period where I've just lost trades for the whole month. Every single week seems to provide a new set of opportunities for me to make money. It's either going to win or lose. But like I said, I haven't had multiple months of losing. And again, all of that information is proven right over here for every single person. Anybody interested in getting into the Neo group, I understand it's more money, but of course I'm putting a lot more time into what I'm teaching here. So the Neo pip count is all here dating back to October. This is all for databases, all here transparent for people to be able to see what Neo has been providing in terms of swing trades. And there's never been 2 months of losers. You might get 1 month where it's rocky, but then you're going to get to a period where you're going to make a lot of money when again, when the market gets into your phase. So the last time we had a good month was May, and then before that was February. March and April was a bit more rocky. So you can even see here when you go and check those. Yeah. But then when you go into February, we had thousands of pips. The pip count for February was ridiculous. It was like, yeah, almost 3,000 pips, basically 100% win rate, almost 3,000 pips. So this is what's supposed to, when you have a live account, this money here is what will now spread out over the period when you have bad times. Don't think you're going to make this every single month. But when you have bad times, now when you had a 70% win rate like the next month, this part of this 100% win rate pours into that. Do you get it? So now this became a 90% win rate month. But now the next month you had, I don't know, an 80% win rate, because 10% of the profits from here helped you get through any bad periods of not getting X amount of profits for the next month. Hopefully that makes sense. Where am I going to? So yeah, let's go back here. So again, anybody got any questions? I'm just going through all of this stuff because so people can understand how to make money in my Forex funds. And you can see this. All traders that receive record payouts, pay attention to this. This is the most important thing for people trying to, you know, think they're going to make $1 billion in 1 week. Yeah. All traders that receive record payouts have lost their accounts within 3 weeks of recorded payout due to excessive risk. Again, all, not 1 or 2, all traders who receive record payouts lost their accounts within 3 weeks of that payout due to excessive risk. So what does it mean by that? Okay, let me do this for you, yeah? Give me 1 second, people. Go here. I'm in the My Forex Funds Discord. There's a lot of people asking questions in here. If you're in My Forex Fund, join up to their Discord as well. It's a 5-digit high club, so here. So if you go into the 5-digit club, it shows you every single person that's getting paid ridiculous money, basically, from these accounts. And let's go see the highest payout last. So the last person that they just put here got $13,000. I don't know if it was a 200K account. It doesn't actually say. So yeah, this is on their first month, because you see they got their refund as well. So on the first month of whatever account that was, they got paid out 13,000. This person got paid out 27,000. Yeah. I saw somebody in here with a 70,000 payout. Crazy. I was like, whoa. This person got paid 10,000. Again, 10. You can see here 10,000, 10,000. So most people just try and get to the 10K mark. 11,000. This person got 14,000 and so on. But it's telling you all people that do this basically end up blowing their account eventually. And I get it. It's crazy, but if you've made a 14K payout, you know, if you're sensible, you would still have other accounts. You understand? So I wouldn't be risking my account to these types of levels until I've got my plan in place. And my plan is to get 1 million worth of accounts. So again, what do I mean by that? I go here. Please, if you've got questions, make sure you're asking them, because right now I'm just speaking to, you know, obviously keep the Zoom going. Sorry, if there are questions in here, I couldn't see. I need to close this. When I have an account which has passed the challenge, if I make less than 8% or 10% a month, you don't, yeah, once you have a live account, you mean, or once you have a, once you're in the phases of phase 1 and phase 2? Oh, you don't need to make 8% or 10%. I'm telling you, don't even do that to yourself. Remember what I just told you. 1 to 2% a month, yeah, is more than enough on the account. Keep looking at the long term. Think, I am going to be able to get the 600K worth of account, and that's why I came back down here. So they're doing these accounts here. I don't know why they're only doing this for a limited time for now, because you can still get 3 of these eventually anyway. Maybe it's cheaper to get this than getting 3 of these. Oh yeah, it is. That's why they did it. That makes sense. Yeah, because the traders are getting to a point of understanding what I'm saying now, basically risk management. So because it's cheaper, so now if you were at this point where you had, you know, 1 of these, you can just get another 1 of these quickly and it'll be cheaper, rather than getting 3 of these for 1,000, because you would spend almost $3,000. But here you can get 2 of these for like $2,700. Let's just say something like that, or $2,800. So yeah, basically 1 to 2% of 2 of these accounts, which is the max they give you, yeah, with the probability, I think, of increasing if you're, you know, you show good risk over time. Yeah, you're basically going to be making 6 to 12,000 a month. So you don't need to be making 8 to 12%. Now, I'm not saying that you can't, or 8 to 10%. I'm not saying you're not going to have months where you don't make that type of money like we had in February. That's a month where you would have maybe made 8 to 10%. Do you get it? But don't even put that in your mind. Like, the most I'm trying to get at max value at the moment is 5%, and that is pushing it. Remember, I just gave you all the statistics there. Are you all close to your 1 million? Are you at all close to your 1 million? I'm nowhere close to the 1 million. I was doing for my Forex, not for my Forex ones, what's that one called? Funding Talent, before they closed down. I had a 300K account with them before. I literally had that one. But with them, the way their accounts were set up, you couldn't do what I'm explaining to you now. My Forex funds and FTMO was actually set up much better than them, which is crazy. That's probably why they went bust on my Funded Talent, because their accounts were a bit weird. Even though they were good, they were still a bit weird. But these ones make more sense, because their accounts, you never really had, in a sense, the money to trade with, to make it short, to make it easier for you to understand. These accounts you kind of do, even though it's only the overall drawdown you actually have to trade with on a day. You still have, you basically have the account. It's just, to make it layman's terms, that's basically what it means. And what I'm trying to say here, yeah, I'm not at that point, because the main reason why is so people can pay attention to my journey in Forex. There's no point me being some Forex guru and just going to get 300K account, 600K, and be like, listen guys, this is what you can do on your trading accounts and make money. Do you understand? No, the whole thing I'm trying to teach people here is a realistic growth pattern. And a realistic growth pattern is do what makes it affordable. So I've budgeted. I said, okay, if I was a normal working person and I can budget myself on, obviously I did all my finances and all this stuff. I said, what would I do here? Okay, I want to go get a 20K account, because I know that in Forex, if I'm going to invest into it, I can invest 1 to 200 a month in Forex. That's how I looked at it. So if I'm investing 1 to 200 a month, I can go get myself 20K accounts every single month if I'm unsuccessful. And even in phase 1 or phase 2, let's say I blow the account and I have to keep going. I can still go and get another one of these accounts. So now I've passed this account. And now my next phase now literally is to go and get a 50K account. So hopefully at the end of this month, I'm just waiting for my refund because I've passed this account now, literally passed this one. Now on my refund and everything, I'm looking to get this account. So I might not pass the first month. Hell, I might not even pass the second month. We're getting close to August as well, which is usually low volatility because we're getting closer towards summer. So unfortunately, unless I get good trades in July, yeah, I might not pass this account. It's cool. It's no problem because before the end of the year, hopefully I'll pass this account. By the time I pass this account and I've made a certain amount of refund back or profit, I'm going to go get this account. Now you got to remember, whilst I'm getting this account, yeah, this is what I like to call the circle of profits. I've got the circle of pips on how I trade my Neo setups, but how I compound like to my million. This is what I teach my students. I did a whole like hour to 2 hour Zoom on there, which breaks down all the maths in this in my mentorship. Yeah. I said, now you've got something called the circle of profits, which is compounding. So once I do this one, remember, I'm still getting paid out from trading the live account of this, even though I'm trying to get this one here. So it doesn't matter as long as I stay calm and collective. Yeah. Now I can add money, and then hopefully within this year I can get this account as well. So whilst I'm getting this account, and whilst I've got the live on this account 1 to 2%, the live on this account 1 to 2%, yeah. Now, once I'm trying to get this account, yeah, once I pass this account, I should have enough profit to go and get this account. So by that time, I would have, let's say I got a live of this account, I'd have 400,000, 470,000 worth of account. Now, of course, once you get a certain amount of money, you just go and get an account size that makes sense. So you might be able to tell them, okay, I need to get another 100,000, or do you get where I'm coming from? You just add it up to make it make sense to get up to your value of 2 times this, which is 600K. That is what you need to do. Compound. Don't start jumping. Too many people are just jumping. They just see it and they're like, oh, I want to make this money, so let me jump here. Don't do that to yourself. Compound these accounts. So I hope that makes sense for people. Yeah. What I just said there. And that's how you trade these smart. And remember, how much data are you going to be collecting through every single month you're trading these accounts? The data, remember, your data is the most important thing you've got in Forex because it lets you work out your risk and lets you work out a long-term, consistently profitable way to trade. You're collecting so much data. That's what you're paying for here. You're not paying for the fact of making profits in the future. That's going to be a byproduct of what you're doing. You're paying for you to be able to have enough capital to collect data whilst live trading. I'm going to say that again for people. If you want to write it down, write it down. You are paying, yeah, this service from this company to have enough capital, yeah, to collect data, yeah, in order for you to create or in order for you to have a long-term profitable strategy. Do you get it? This is what you're doing. Literally, people need to understand that. And this is why it's great for you. So yeah. Any other questions, please, people? That's okay. That's okay. So if anybody wants to get Trinity or wants to get into the Neo VIP group, like I said, all you have to do is hit me up in Discord or hit me up in Telegram. The links for that will be in the description below. If you do want to get my Forex Funds account, if you can use my affiliate link, that way I do actually get a 5%. What do I guess? 5% off of whatever account you basically buy. They'll send that to me as well. So obviously, it's an affiliate link that will help me out a lot. I'm trying to get the 5% discount code, but you have to actually be somebody in the industry for you to get the 5% discount code. So I've sent all my information, which is my YouTube channel, my Discord, and stuff like that. So I'm just waiting for them to approve me to show that I'm actually somebody trying to a content creator, basically. And once I do get it, of course, I'll announce it to everybody. So when you do purchase these accounts, remember, every single time you're purchasing these accounts, you'd be able to use my 5% discount code. So you get 5% off the value of whatever this is. And then I will also get 5% if you use my affiliate link. So I am trying to get that. But again, you can only get that once you're a content creator and you've proven to them. So I'm just waiting for their staff to, again, approve me. And then I'll be able to give out that link. But for now, you can use my affiliate link. And it does help me, obviously, for anyone that does sign up to this service. So yeah. Oh, that answered a lot of questions. Again, if you want to get anything like Trinity or Neo, hit me up in Discord or hit me up in Telegram, and you can find out how to make payments for that. Anybody else got any other questions before we cut the Zoom? Because it's about an hour Zoom, so I don't want it to be too long for people. Because the most important information that you're going to learn from me in trading is in these Zooms. But again, unless I put, how to make £1 million in one day, nobody watches the videos. Unfortunately, you're not watching. You feel like it's long, but if you're not watching for the information, you're missing out on money. Let's go check some of these alerts that just popped out. So what do we see? US 30. So US 30 has gone into a downtrend now. Let's go check US 30. Yeah, you will pass it. You might not pass it your first time, but you will pass it. That's what you got to put in your mind. Trust me, you'll pass it. So US 30 was an excellent trade as well on Trinity today. We had an entry from here. Right here. It was even amazing because one of my students actually messaged me and said, oh, what do you think about this downtrend? And I actually told him, I was like, yep, just wait for the downtrend, wait for the alert on Trinity. And then, yeah, he most likely got that while he was at work. So I hope he did make money on this trade. I'm going to ask him, but that'd be fantastic because literally Trinity, he did all his markup, brilliant markup. And then Trinity gave an alert right here, stop loss above that high. Boom, boom, boom. You can even see this was a previous pretty much resistance level here. And if you go back further, there's probably something there. And yeah, fantastic. I know there was a few alerts that came through on Trinity here, which was buys and sells. But again, you got to pay attention to market structure. Like I've told people, that's why I made the video. Stop trading everywhere. Every time you get an alert, you don't just trade it. If you look at all of the ones on the resistance level, look how much money you would have made off of this one here, this Trinity alert. Look how much money you would have made off of this. So if you traded only, this one here, and this one here, you would have had 3 winners in a row. Even though these ones did win, this one lost. You see, in this one did win. It's better for you if you traded more higher probability ones by major levels of support resistance. So again, you would have had this winner over here on US 30, this one here, and this one here. And then this one here was based on a trend line because you can see the market's actually going down in a downtrend. Right here, look at that. Come on, guys and girls, bruv. Come on, man. Come on. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Like, you don't understand what I'm doing for you here for 20 GBP. Look at that entry you had. Your entry was here. Look at the trend line. We can see that the market is going down. So it's telling you it's getting weaker. Boom, look at that entry. And that was a winning trade there against about 4 winning trades this week, trading off of major support resistance and using market structure just alone. No other indicator, just waiting for your alert and for you to be on these levels. You got to remember, you could set alerts on this. So you could have put an alert right here on this trend line. Well, to be fair, you wouldn't have put an alert. Well, it could have been there, yeah, because of this. Sorry, yeah. So you could have set an alert right here, add an alert, and you put it however you want to. Once per bar close, crossing. Make sure you set it on the 15-minute time frame so you get the alert. Put as always. So yeah, once per bar close. So it's going to keep telling you every time a 15-minute bar close that price hit this level, or every time it goes back there. You'd have got that alert. You could have put it here. As soon as you got this trading view alert plus a plus a Trinity alert. That was a double confirmation of taking this trade. And that's how you trade it. Rather than trying to, trade everything, be smart with how you trade it. And I guarantee if you do that over a period of time, you will pass these prop accounts. Like, why wouldn't you? Are you going to be wrong 16 times with these type of setups? No, you're going to have wins and losses. But look at the size of these wins and losses. They're ridiculous. Like when you are winning, this was what? How many pips? This trade here today was a 5 RR trade. So imagine you was even trading your 1% risk. When it got to 1, you took half the profit off of here. You still could have had a running trade here that would have made you gain, maybe 0.5 to 1% in the day, if not more. Remember, you only, and that in this whole week, you could have done it. So imagine you went up 1% on this trade, 1% on this. Well, let's say obviously you're trading 1 to 2%. So imagine you went up 2% here, 2% here, 2% here, and 2% here. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your 8% there. In this whole week, you could have passed the challenge. But even if you didn't, you still could have at least got 2, 3, 4% on your challenge because you had wins and losses. Let's just say, let's be realistic. The next week, if you do the same thing again, you get where I'm coming from. You're going to be able to pass these challenges. And by the time you if you don't pass by the first, second week, probably by the 3rd week, you'll end up passing. That's what happens. So I hope that makes sense to everybody, guys and girls. If you got any other questions, let me know before I cut the Zoom off here. Yeah, let me know. Anybody got questions? Anybody? Before I go, because the end. Can you send the drawing up video? Can you send to on the Discord, please? Yeah, if it's the zones, I've already put in the Discord many times, if that's what you're talking about. Give me a second. Let's go back here. Let's go here. So I put it here. This is why I put this out today. Again, if this is what you're talking about, we're talking about this, it's right here. This is, and this was proof. Like, I don't know, sometimes I think people think I'm trading some magical strategy and I'm showing people, like, I did this to just show people how to draw price action, but I caught the trade and I proved to everybody that I caught the trade. So I can't remember when that came out, but it is in here. So let's just see. I gave the same trade out to every single person. I gave it out there, put it here. Let's put it in here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna find that trade. Yeah, here we go. Look, see? So when I released the video in April, yeah, and look, the same trade. I said that this is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for a breakout. I said you can get the breakout and the retest, but what happened here is price action stayed here and it just did a huge move. But there you go. This was the trade. And this is what I told people, look at it where it was. Same trade. So this is what I've done. This is what, you know, I'm giving out so much for free. When I charge it, I find it kind of weird sometimes because whenever I make a video about me charging for something, people start putting dislikes, people start getting upset. I can see in the background, you understand? Like they feel like, oh, he's another charger. But I'm like, bruv, like, do you want me to sell my body here, mate? Like, I'm giving out so much free information. It's unreal. I showed how to do price action. Again, I was only going to put this in the mentorship, how to draw these lines, but I've given it to everyone, even though it's basic. The way I'm doing it is not basic. So I've shown that here. I've not only done that, I've given out a free trade call out, and this trade went on to go and do 250. It actually did more. It did 300 pips. Like, come on, people. 100%. So yeah, that's what it is, man. It's just strange when it happens. I'm just like, right, come on, man. I'm giving that so much here. And all I see people want is me to just continuously give out all this free information. But I'm like, come on, it takes time. Again, it takes time. It takes hours for me to put this stuff together. So at least people can understand and appreciate that. Again, like I said, you're not going to get everything for free. And that's where a lot of psychology, I think, ruins people in Forex. I don't know where this whole conception of because you make money from Forex, you shouldn't charge for anything. I do not know who invented that. I don't know where it comes from, because every single service in this world that teaches you something or shows you, trains you how to be better or gives you some type of service, you pay for. Nobody gives you anything for free. So I don't understand why that even makes sense. But because basically people are pocket watching, that's what the problem is. They're watching. So if you show them you're making profits, they're watching your profit, watching your pocket, and then they say, "Ah, but you made £1,000. Why you got to charge? Give it to me for free." I was like, huh? Hold on a second. How do you know? How do you know that £1,000 isn't to feed 10 people? You don't know that. You don't know what I'm doing with my money. You know what I mean? You don't know that. So yeah, anybody wants any of the trades that I give out, I put them in here. I didn't put GJ in here, but I did put GJ here for people. So again, as I'm getting better and better with scalping with Trinity, that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to build my own scalping strategy. Hopefully it works. This was my scalping strategy today. Boom, that I was testing out, and this was a 1 to 5 RR trade. Or if you took it from this entry, it was a 1 to 5 RR. If you took it from the other entry, it was like a 1 to 3 RR. And again, it's straight away back up to the liquidity highs on the market. You can see here, back up to this liquidity high. We saw that the price was going into a downtrend. We saw it was on a 4-hour level of support. Again, exactly how I show you how to draw it in the GBP CHF video. Price created a higher low here on a 15-minute time frame. Boom. And then we know obviously the market's in a strong uptrend. So the obvious move that people would have been taking here is, oh, it's going to sell because it created a lower high here. It's going to sell. But no, smart money concept, as people like to trade. I don't trade smart money like that. Just understand the concept of it. I'm like, and it's happened to me loads of times. Don't obviously look for the obvious trade. The obvious trade is a continuation of a sell here. No, it's not. Boom. Go check the liquidity, because how many people would have took this sell from Asian session? Boom. They went all the way back up to the Asian high, took out all the liquidity in here, and then sold the market back down. You know, it's such a typical setup. It's unreal. So you just have to be, careful with these. You can get it wrong sometimes. Could have kept selling, but if you're right, you're right. Tight stop loss, take the trade. Probability trading, will either win or lose. Went away, picked up my son from school, came back home, saw the trade, and then I even told every single person, I was like, look at that. There you go. So yeah, And he's in me. He's in. Right. No problem, people. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. This Zoom is going to be out. I need to finish this off so it can get uploaded. I need it to be out today because I'm trying to do daily uploads at the moment. So I'm asking everyone if you can go and like and comment on all these videos, please. Even a simple thank you, John. Just put that out there. I don't care. Just like and comment, because the more people that like and comment on these videos, the algorithm picks it up and then the videos go out there more. So I'm trying to do daily uploads at the moment. That's even more time I'm putting into Forex here. So yeah, cool. No problem. Everybody have a good day. And this video will be titled how to pass prop firm accounts using alerts or something like that. I'll try and compress it into a way where people want to watch it. And yeah, have a good one. If you ain't in Trinity right now, I'm telling you, get in there. The same thing's going to happen next week. I'm telling you, I'm going to show you a bunch of winning trades next week. Again, I've been using this for more than a year now. So it works, man. All right, cool. I'll leave it there. See you later, people. Take care. Have a good one.